Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Metamystic Tarot. It's the Metamystic here. Let's hop right into it for you. Let's see what's going on for you, Cancer. What's happening in the world of Cancer? Something interesting, I'm sure, knowing you. Let's give it one more shuffle. One more shuffle. It's that kind of day where things need to be really clear. We have the Page of Swords coming out here. This is a time to be curious, Cancer. And as you become curious, the more clear you'll become. So it's really not a matter of searching for clarity in and of itself. It's a matter of just being curious. And as you're curious, the clarity will avail itself more and more and more. For Cancer, please. For Cancer. There's so much to discover. And sometimes it's like you'll start somewhere, you'll start researching something, you'll start thinking about something, you'll start dreaming about what your life could be like, fill in the blanks. And then weirdly, you'll take a detour off of that original point. And as you take the detour, you'll go off of this side road and you'll be like, hey, there's a house for sale back here. I love this property. I never would have thought to come here. And if I didn't start off back there with what I was looking into, I never would have taken the detour and found this perfect house for me. And the house is an analogy. I'm just saying as an example, if you're walking down a road, you know what I mean, Cancer. Sometimes the detours are the answer we're looking for. So don't be afraid to quote unquote go off the path, because sometimes it's not really that we're going off the path. We're actually finding what we were looking for, or we're being guided there, depending on how you look at it. Or depending on how you want to look at it, right, Cancer? There's a lot of different theories out there about these sorts of things, and I would encourage you to look into that. Think for yourself, what do you want in this life? What do you want out of this life? And what do you believe this life is all about? That's why the Page of Swords is here. The Two of Cups with the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck here. Maybe something... Ow. Maybe something has been stopping you. Speaking of ow, yeah. And my arm slipped off the table. It's like, I think something proverbially slipped off the table for you, so to speak, with some sort of partnership here. And I feel like now you have cold feet to really put your full heart into anything now. Whether that's a relationship, whether that's even like your personal research about different topics, whether this could be, spiritual knowledge, your spiritual journey, whether this could be business. I feel like there's something here that happened that has caused you to feel uneasy in general. Okay. And yet we do have the Two of Cups here. The Three of Swords is in the underlying, showing me, more to the story. But regardless, the Two of Cups is here. So even if you've been kind of squeamish, it's looking like this may be another thing you pick up along the way. Maybe you're going to find somebody that can actually meet you eye to eye, level to level here, Cancer. So maybe you'll find your house off the side road. Maybe the person's selling the house or, the person showing the house, or the neighbor, ends up being, you never know, Cancer, until you try. And I think this is one of those readings where it's like, you've got to put your toe in the water. Don't just observe the water and go every single day at noon and take your notes. Okay, the current moves that way at this time, and then at this time it does this, and the frog always jumps on that exact rock at this time, and the sun is facing west, and it's like, okay, that's not the kind of curiosity I'm talking about here, Cancer. Yes, this can be intellectually, but what I'm really talking about is getting your feet wet and actually experiencing life again. The Wheel of Fortune is here. That's the way the universe is moving you toward. It's actually moving you away from toxic things. So you don't have to be afraid to be curious again. Maybe instead of observing the waters and observing the ways of the current, maybe you can stick your toes in there and eat your lunch and actually enjoy yourself, instead of it being like you're kind of standing back because you don't want to get hurt or you don't want to be too involved with anything. What kind of life is that, Cancer? And that Three of Swords was there for a reason, so I'm not saying this in like a critical way. I'm not saying like, well, just get back out there again. It's easier said than done, and I understand that, Cancer. I truly understand that. But there's something that is going to come to you as you avail yourself to it. What is looking for you, or how do I say this? The thing you're looking for is looking for you. Okay? So just start looking and you'll meet in the middle somewhere. Whatever that may be, whether it's a person, a job, some sort of understanding, spiritually or otherwise. Let me take a minute to look here. The Hanged Man, the Eight of Swords, and the Lovers. I'm getting the words, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place here with the Eight of Swords. It's like you're wanting to expand with the Three of Wands. You've gone through a lot with the Five of Swords. You've rebuilt your life from scratch in some way here, whether that's even just your own personal identity. Maybe you're seeing things differently, and that's why you're kind of hesitant to start fresh. You are expanding, though, in the space of all of this, and I feel like this is all just in your head, because the Eight of Swords is needing to let yourself go free. Let yourself go, Cancer. Let yourself fall into romantic thoughts as you're sitting by the riverside and you hear the frogs croaking. Write a song while you're out there. Bring your guitar. Like, don't block yourself off to the opportunities coming in. We talked earlier about, a spiritual journey of sorts that you may be going through with this curiosity. You may be coming into some hidden, dare I say, esoteric knowledge. I mean, this is a card of the runes. He put himself in this position so that he could receive the secrets of the universe through the runes. So you may feel trapped, you may feel stuck, you may feel like you're not understanding things in the way you want to, but you actually are, and you're expanding. So on one side, you have this kind of spiritual exploration that you're going through. And then on the other side, you have the possibility of something like this. And this doesn't have to just be romantic. This may just be the theory of love in general. You may have been so heartbroken with that Three of Swords that you honestly are doubting what you even believe love means anymore. You may have dealt with conditional love. We saw the Devil. Where is that Devil card? Just for Let's just get that Devil card. Just bear with me for a second, Cancer, because I want to show something. And it always sticks out to me every time I see the Devil near the Lover's card in any way. And this came out. So see how the Devil card has these same two people here. Okay? But on the Devil card, they're attached by some sort of binding, conditional, contractual sort of love, if you want to call it that. But on this card, they're free. So you may be bartering, or you may be thinking about what love even means here. And I feel like that's causing you to feel stuck. But the more you pursue this through your studies and through your experiences, I have a feeling that the whole concept of love itself is going to become clear. Remember how we talked about at the beginning about things becoming clear, and I had to shuffle the deck. See, it's like even my words are getting jumbled up. It's like you've been unclear about things just in life, I feel. And so you're kind of putting yourself in this position, like this guy is literally hanging upside down to receive some sort of information, spiritual information that can enlighten him on his path. So we have these two cards of like looking for answers, essentially. And there are two totally different ways of going about that. You know, the Page of Swords is more about the search. Like maybe you're going to be looking online for certain information. This is more like through the actual spiritual experience of it all. And I think that you felt stuck between these matters, but they're actually going to start to blend together. And I think that through that blending, you're going to actually find that you want partnerships now. Whether it's romantic, friendship, starting your own family, starting a business, and having staff that you can trust. It's all about coming into that understanding for yourself of what's to be expected here. If you've come from conditional love or conditional relationships where you have to do this and I have to do that, and therefore, okay, you know, we're all squared away. Hey, you know, this is the life that the universe wants for you. So no wonder why you felt trapped, because you've been struggling with what you don't want to go back into this again. I feel that very strongly. You don't want to go back into those chains ever again. So I feel like there's a side of you that's like, I'm swearing off love for good. But there's something about this search, Cancer, that is going to unlock and open you up again. Or maybe in a totally different way than you've ever been opened up. And this is spiritual, and this is emotional, this is unconditional, universal, and you're going to find something along the path, and it could even feel like a detour that's going to give you some answers to your questions and what you've been looking for, and maybe the answer to something that you didn't even know how to formulate the question to even ask it. It's like you might, like I was saying before, you might find one thing and then it will spawn you off into a whole other thing that answers a question that you weren't even looking for the answer for, or you didn't know how to even formulate the question to begin with, because it's just a matter of becoming curious about life. And I think that that's what this reading is, being curious about life, you know, and being open to understanding deeper truths and things that are going to open you up instead of close you down and make you feel constricted here. So beautiful, Cancer. This is very, it's inspiring, you know. as you start to kind of go on your journey, it's going to be it's going to feel really good for you. It's going to feel really inspiring. So if you want to continue your reading, Cancer, I'm going to go over to Patreon and do your extended. We'd love to have you over there. It's $11 a month. I'm making it accessible to all. So click the link in the top of the description. We'd love to have you over there, Cancer. And until next time, take care.